Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Bear with me now. We have a smaller screen. It's taking some getting used to. It's been a minute. Wow. He is I am him. I am T5. You hopefully are still the Crescent City Connection. We together are the Crescent City Connect. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Man, it's been a minute. I missed you cats. I hope y'all missed me. Here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Man, it's been a minute. A lot of stuff is going on in the world of sports. Saints are Satan. The Pels are pelling. LSU baseball swinging. The stick ball's back. A lot of things are going on. We have a lot of things to get into, but this one is going to be an abbreviated episode of the Connect, just to get our feet wet again, just to get reconnected. And then hopefully next week we'll be back full swing with all that is sports, because that's what I'm here for. All the stuffs to get to you. The stuff that the national media don't give you. We 10 toes down. I pride myself on that, and I want to give you the full shebang-a-bang. So this one's going to be a quickie one, abbreviated one, just to get our feet wet. We're going to have some Saints free agency talk. Then we're going to switch over to some Pels talk. Then get on out of here and re-up for the next one. But first, as always, we got to shout out our illustrious sponsors that help keep the heat and the lights on. And we're going to let you tell them. We have Seal the Deal Wax Seals by Miss Cecilia B. And, of course, our delicious premium beef jerky. We'll let them tell you about themselves first, better than I can. And after that, we're going to swing back into this thing, get back into the swing of things. It's been a minute. This is still the Crescent City Connection. I'm still T5. This is still powered by IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. We will be right back.
IE Sports Radio fans, this show is brought to you by Planet Jerky Premium Brisket Beef Jerky. Planet Jerky is the official jerky of the 2022 California League champion Lake Elsinore Storm, Single A affiliate of the San Diego Padres. This all brisket jerky has gluten-free options, contains no MSG, no sodium nitrate, is low in sugar, and high in protein. Go to their website at planetjerky.net and follow them on Instagram at Planet Jerky. Planet Jerky, the jerky that's on a whole other planet.
Rise and shine. It's 4 a.m. The stars are still out. The sun is beneath the horizon, but it's time to punch in and go to work. The comfort of your warm-ups turns into the grinding out of your reps as the clinking and the clanking of the plates create a symphony of euphoria. There's no other feeling like it. Earn it, burn it, and take what's yours. IE Sports Radio has proudly partnered with Vital Apparel, a brand that not only fits great, but also promotes and donates to mental health research. Use our code IESR to get 15% off their comfortable and inspiring gym wear and help them on their amazing journey to support mental health. Go hard, take part in your iron therapy, and be strong. Because when your mental health is as strong as you are, there's no telling how far you'll go.
Hey there, IE Sports Radio fans. Be sure to check out our sponsor, Seal the Deal Wax Seals by Cecilia B. You just finished your very own wedding or baby shower invitations and you're looking for that extra special touch? Maybe you just wrote a letter to a relative or a friend and you want to add to their smile when they receive it. Then seal the deal with Cecilia's handmade sealing wax stamps for your invitations, letters, and gifts. You bring the deal, we'll bring the seal. You can find them on Instagram at sealthedeal_wax stamps and on Facebook, Seal the Deal Wax Seals.
For the last 10 years, IE Sports Radio has been bringing you amazing content ranging from interviewing legendary athletes, coaches, and other authorized media personnel to building tailor-made shows dedicated to all major sports cities around the country. Make sure to follow us at IE Sports Radio on X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube to keep up with the latest in sports and with all of our shows. Also, make sure to check out our daily updated website at iesportsradio.com. At iesportsradio.com, you can see our daily show schedule and check out all of our show pages with personal bios to learn a little bit more about each of our awesome hosts. In addition to our show pages, you can catch the iSports Radio blog, Hall of Fame, Fans of the Month page, and our merchandise shop, including t-shirts, tank tops, caps, long sleeves, hoodies, and more. For now over a decade here at IE Sports Radio, we've continued to be by the fans, for the fans, and we thank you all for your support and for making IE Sports Radio your direct feed for all that is sports.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You missed me? Yeah, you did. You know you did. Welcome back to the Crescent City Connection. Those were our loveliest, illustrious sponsors, Planet Jerky, Premium Brisket, Beef Jerky. Mwah. I need to re-up my order or get some more, man, because it's been a minute. Trust me, we don't just rah. We actually... around here, we actually try them. It is delicious. But don't take my word for it. Check it out yourself. And of course, Cecilia B and Seal the Deal wax stamps when you're trying to be bougie on a budget. And of course, our new sponsor, Vital Apparel. Go check them out as well for your they help support men's mental health. So that's a big right there, man. I appreciate that. So go check them out, give them a look, see, find yourself some nice gear for your iron therapy. When you're pumping that iron, you'll swole up. But with that out the way, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Crescent City Connect. You know why you are here. Louisiana sports, baby. We're back. All right. First and foremost, there's a lot been going on Poydras Street out there in New Orleans, man. Lots been going on since we last talked. We were still in the middle of the season, near the end of the season. And of course, Darren Rizzi took over as interim coach. He is no longer here. He has gone on to a new spot as special teams assistant coach, I think. I think he's out there. It might be in Seattle. I think he is. But he's no longer on the team. We have since then hired Wonderkin Kellen Moore, former offensive coordinator of the Philadelphia Eagles, the world champion Philadelphia Eagles. Ooh. He wasn't the first name at first, and a lot of people were split on who they wanted to be, in the running, and his name wasn't the top one. But you know what? As time went on, a lot of fans have jumped on the wagon. They've listened to him. They've kind of got a mix of what they wanted. A lot of the fan base didn't want another retread from the Sean Payton tree. And a lot of people also wanted an offensive-minded coach. And a lot of people also wanted a younger coach, a new type coach that hasn't been, that hasn't done it before. Well, you got all that in Kellen Moore. So, hey, they say you can't please everybody, but I think you kind of did this one. So, and his offense, I like it a lot. As an offensive-minded fan, I like it a lot. So he's going to be calling the plays, so that's definitely a plus. We've seen what he was able to do with the Philadelphia Eagles offense. We see what he was able to do with San Diego's offense prior. And, man, he's been pretty good. So, and, of course, Dallas with Dak Prescott. So I'm kind of interested to see what he's doing. Since then, he's been, man, I kind of like the analogy of being like the Blues Brothers. He's been getting the band back together. It's like, da-da-da, da-da-da. He's going around collecting all his homies, all his former homies. Doug Nussmeier, he's called him to be his OC. Brandon Staley, his former employer, his former head coach at LA Chargers, calling him in to be the DC. He's like, hey, Coach Staley, we're on a mission. We're going to New Orleans. You in? Let me get my bags. And he's going around. They even went and poached Bo Davis from LSU. That was a shocker to be the D-line coach. That was a complete shocker when they snagged Bo Davis. Bo Davis was over there prepping with LSU for spring practice. Next thing you know, he gets the call. Coach Bo, yeah, it's Kellen Moore. You busy? Da-da-da, da-da-da. Next thing you know, he's going from Baton Rouge to New Orleans. Man, that was a wild one. But that'd be interesting too. Like, I think he's covering all the bases. Our defense really fell off last year. And Coach Staley, granted his track record as a head coach isn't great, but as a defensive coordinator, that's a lot better. So hopefully with him just focusing on defense, he'll be kind of like Dennis Allen. Dennis Allen as a head coach, Dennis Allen as a defensive coordinator, So that's kind of like what we're hoping is going to happen with Brandon Staley. With him just focusing on defense, then okay, cool. And they're getting the pieces, secondary coach, defensive line coach, maybe switching to hybrid 3-4 defense, which is we definitely want something new like that. We were man, the 4-3 wasn't working. So we just need to get the pieces, which we'll get into in a minute, the pieces to go with this 3-4 defense, and we'll see how that works. And as for the offense, man, I really like the film that I've seen on Kellen Moore's offense, and the different stops he's had. He doesn't just shoehorn players into his offense. He tailors the player to the offense. Like, hey, you do this well, bam, we stick you here. What do you do? What do you like to do? What do you do well? Okay, bam, we're gonna do you here. And we've seen that a lot with Philly, with Saquon Barkley and the tight end Goddard, and a lot of the other players. He like, okay, cool, you do this, cool, we're gonna do this. So I'm interested to see what the Saints offense will look like under Derek Carr, because whether you like it or not, Derek Carr's coming back, brother. So I think that's a perfect transition into Saints free agency and offseason moves, the rest of the offseason moves we made. First and foremost, Derek Carr will be back. Despite his radio silence during Super Bowl weekend and Mardi Gras and all that other stuff, and nobody's really heard from him, he will be back. He has restructured his contract, so we'll be on the hook for him for at least this year and next year, most likely. So he will be your starting quarterback for the New Orleans Saints for the foreseeable future. Doesn't mean we won't draft a quarterback this year or next year, but he will be the starting quarterback for the foreseeable future, whether you like it or not. That being said, man, the cap situation, bad as usual, but as usual, whether you like it or not, Mickey does his cap magic, and he got us cap compliant. He restructured the aforementioned Derek Carr. He restructured Eric McCoy. He re-signed or redid the contract of the Honey Badger Tyrann Mathieu to make it more cap friendly. Because Tyrann Mathieu, face it, he's New Orleans, 100% naturally New Orleans, 10 toes down. He wants to retire as a Saint. And he's taking one for the team, making his contract more cap friendly. Same thing with Cam Jordan. Cam Jordan may not be from New Orleans, but we drafted him. His family has grown here. All his kids were born here. He's grown up here as a Saint, and he wants to retire here as well. And he redid his contract to make it also more cap friendly, to get more players to help rebuild this team, to get us back to our winning ways. So shout outs to Tyrann Mathieu, Honey Badger, and Cam. Oh, Cam. Shout out to Cam Jordan for taking one for the team, restructuring the contract, and basically solidifying yourself as in the lore of New Orleans Saints, the pantheon of great New Orleans Saints of all time. And that allowed us to be active in free agent. We didn't even know. Usually we trickle down, okay, how many more dollars we need? Okay, how many more millions we need before cap compliant? And we didn't even know. Next thing you know, the free agent tampering window was upon us, and we jumped right 10 toes down. Mickey Loomis was in on it. God darn it. He was in on it, like from jump. And immediately started making moves. And we were all surprised, like, whoa, time out. How are we doing this stuff? Are we what? We're cap compliant already? Wow, did not know that. And he just went right on in it. And shout out to Mickey Loomis. A lot of us was calling for his head, and we still are. And he's doing the Mickey Loomis thing. So, you know, Saints fans are gonna feel some sort of way, as we usually do. Right off the rip, first move he made was trading with the New Orleans, trading with the New England Patriots for defensive tackle, nose tackle, Devon Gotcha. If that name sounds familiar, it'd be better because the former LSU Tiger. And he's been in the league for about 6, 7 years, I believe. And he's been doing his thing in New England, looking pretty good, and switching to a 3-4 type defense under Brandon Staley. We're gonna need a big boy in the middle right there, and that's exactly what Gottschall is. And I think we only gave up like a 7th-round pick next year, not even this year, 2027. I mean 2026, 6th or 7th round pick if I'm not mistaken. So that was a very valuable piece. I mean, it was a low price to pay for a piece of need, right there in the center of your rebuilding defense. Bam! I loved it. Right off the rip, you're making good moves. And then follow that up with we're just gonna go in any order. We re-signed defensive end edge Chase Young. A lot of people thought he was gonna be gone under that 1-year contract. We thought somebody was gonna show him the money. He was gonna be gone. Nope. 3-year contract. He's back in the building. Now, a lot of people hope that in this new offense, new defense under Brandon Staley, he'll be a stand-up defensive end. And he'll be able to wreak more havoc. Like he did in college. So hopefully that is the case. Like we're like he wants to be here. We want him here. All right, cool. So far we're over here batting aces. Then we re-signed Dante Pettis, wide receiver / kick returner. He came in at a time where we were like hurting. Like Chris Olave got hurt, Rashid Shaheed got hurt. We had not signed MVS yet, which I'll get to in a minute. And we were just like bargain shopping for wide receivers off people's practice squads. And we picked up Dante Pettis. He did some good in special teams. He caught a couple of passes. He'll basically be here for special teams and take some of the pressure off of Shaheed in the return game while he's recovering. So not too mad at it. It's not a big splash, not a big deal. He'll be here for depth, which we sorely need at the wide receiver position. So there you go. We re-signed tight end Juwan Johnson, who a lot of people thought was going to be gone too. And we re-signed him for, I think, about 3 years, if I'm not mistaken. Hopefully he can stay healthy, because he stayed healthy for the rest of the season, the second half of the season, and he was like our leading pass catcher. So hopefully in this new offense, Brandon Staley offense, I mean not Brandon Staley, Kellen Moore offense, hopefully he could be used, kind of like Goddard was being used in Philly, because Kellen Moore has the ability to take a player and get the most out of them. See what they do the best and get the most out of them. And that's what we're hoping happens with Juwan Johnson, takes that next step. He went and got some familiar faces from his stops. Jack Stoll, another tight end, he recently signed from Philly. He was on Philly's practice squad, so he has some ties to Kellen Moore in the offense. And he's basically more of a blocking tight end. And hopefully we're going to be running the rock, so we're going to need some blocking tight ends. So there you go. We brought back another familiar face, quarterback Isaac Yadam. who was with the team, left to take more money, go in San Francisco, and he kind of fell by the wayside a little bit. A couple of names like leapfrogged him, and here he is, back where he made his name in the Saints defense. So a familiar face comes back home, and he was fire for us. I was sad when we found out we was losing him to the Niners. So he's back, and he'll be on the other side competing for that second corner spot next to Kool-Aid McKinstry, since we traded Marshawn Lattimore and we lost Paulson Adebo in free agency to the New York Giants. Just go ahead on, rip the Band-Aid off and say and go on in it. Paulson Adebo, we drafted in the third round. He was great for us. And, he was hit or miss. He had some grab hands issues and everything. But, on the other side of Lattimore, man, that secondary was tough, bro. You couldn't do nothing against our secondary. And it sucks that we losing Adebo. He injured himself. He had a low leg injury late last season. And next thing you know, I'm watching video of him doing cuts and jumps and everything and twisting and whatnot. I was like, okay, he'll be back. He'll be ready for training camp. Giants saw the same video because they yoink. My only thing is, you going to the Giants. Man, the Giants? Bro, really? The Giants? Oh. That's a step down, if anything. But they are paying them more money, I guess. The guaranteed isn't more, but the overall, I think, is. So more power to him. Get your bag. But, man, bro, I really wish he would have stayed. Another loss was MVS, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, going to Seattle for the low of 1 year, $5 million. Dude, that was my number one free agent priority. Because I was like, bro, if Olave's healthy, Shaheed's healthy, and MVS was like our number one receiver, bro, he's instantly, automatically our third best dude or second best dude. And we're back in the business, baby. I don't know why Mickey Loomis didn't automatically re-sign this cat. Should have been the first person we re-signed. I'm not a fan of this. I'm not a fan of Seattle. They're doing too much. They let Tyler Lockett go. They let Donkey Kong Metcalf. They traded him to the Steelers. And now you want, and then they beat us out for Cooper Kupp. Because the Saints were even in the running for Cooper Kupp, who got released by the Rams. Next thing you know, he goes to Seattle. So you basically swipe 2 wide receivers from us. You're a bunch of bums. That's messed up. Seattle doing too much. I hope we do play him so we can beat the brakes off of Seattle. They doing too much, bro. That's what I like, man. Some teams be doing too much. But yeah, we lost MVS. He was a cool dude. He gave his props to the city and the team, and we gave our props back because that dude came in and gave us some semblance of hope in otherwise dark season. So shout out to MVS. Go get your bag, or I guess the same thing, because basically the same thing. We could have paid that or paid more, but it is what it is. Those are basically the only really losses we had, like talking about. And we re-signed Will Clapp. Now, another name you should also know, because former Tiger. We drafted him in like the 7th round a few years back, and then he ended up leaving and played for 2 other teams, and we're bringing him back. Because if you saw the Saints last year, oh boy, depth off that bench was sorely needed. And Will Clapp was sorely needed, especially at the center after Eric McCoy went down. So hopefully, We won't need to see him because Eric McCoy will be healthy, and we'll have Will Clapp, who basically can play not only center, but he can play both guard spots too. So that's also a boom. So Will Clapp's back in the building. Glad to see it. That brings our Tigers total up to 5, I believe. And we'll tell you about the other Tiger that has joined the roster via free agency. I'm pretty sure it's, last but not least, picked up safety Justin Reed from the world champion Kansas City Chiefs, formerly of also the Houston Texans, who he played alongside Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger. So he's familiar with him, playing alongside him. Dude's a tackling machine downhill. Bruh, not only does he bring in like this leadership mentality of doing the work, practicing what you preach, and studying film, but the dude can hit. I watched this film on the YouTubes, the highlights, and the dude, bam. And that's what we were struggling with. Not struggling with last year. It was tackling, whiffing on tackles, missing tackles, dudes breaking tackles. We was struggling on tackling. This dude's coming in and wham. No struggle there. No struggle bust today because he was out here hitting that running back as soon as he got the ball. Not only that, but he was out here diagnosing plays, batting balls away from tight ends, the whole shebang-a-bang. So we're going to have him on the side of the Honey Badger, them two, dynamic duo, with a little sprinkle of Alontae Taylor. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. And not only that, but he's also Louisiana native. His brother Eric played for LSU Tigers. So, there you go, full circle. And we talked about Debo, we talked about MVS, we talked about Gotcha. Now we have that kind of has implications on the. There's still a couple of spots we don't feel. Wide receiver, we don't really know who. If they have a couple of dudes available, but you kind of want to get younger, and we're kind of looking for a more bigger receiver. So I think we're probably going to hold chill and wait for the draft. And my pick personally would be Ted McMillan from Arizona. And a lot of people have him mocked to us too. At first, I was kind of leaning towards Genty, the running back from Boise State. But I think a lot of people, since the Raiders have actually went and got a quarterback, I think they may be leaning towards a running back, and they may snag him before we even get there. And depending on what the Jets do, since the Jets went and got Fields, a lot of people may think they might go tight end, which would take Warren from Penn State off the board as well. So the safe pick and the good pick, because we're basically BPA. We're basically BPA. Best player available. Got a pass rusher? We'll take him. Tight end? Sure, we'll take him too. Best running back? Of course, why not? But Ted McMillan, wide receiver, fits the bill. We need another receiver, top flight receiver. We have two speedsters. Now we need a more possession, big body dude, and that's definitely Ted McMillan. So that's my pick with the 9th pick right there. And with the re-signing of Juwan Johnson, I don't think we'll be going tight end number 1. Maybe 3rd round. Maybe Mason Taylor from LSU at 3rd round, maybe. Hopefully. And what else was I thinking? That also changes. Oh, yeah. With the loss of Debo, we could be going corner second round or maybe even first, depending on how far the corner from Michigan falls. He's like the top rated corner. Depending on how if he falls, there's a possibility. But I still think there's a chance we may go after Asante Samuel Jr. He's still out there in free agency. I'd really like that. He's also been in the Brandon Staley defense. So that could be a thing. Maybe. Kind of, sort of. Because the Saints went after Charvarius Ward of the 49ers, but come to find out, we got snaked by the Colts. The Colts last minute. Because he even said on his entrance interview, Charvarius Ward said he thought he was about to be a Saint. And he was ready to roll. Next thing you know, the Colts came in last minute and sniped him. So we out here getting sniped by Seattle and the Colts? Oh, that's disgusting. Man. Oh, free agency is disgusting, man. The Colts ain't doing nothing, man. They could have went ahead and let that one go. But anyway, it is what it is. But, man, that's right. Hey, man, if any more free agency things pop up, man, I will let you know because we back, baby. My favorite time of the year. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Free agency, baby. Free agency, the draft coming up, off-season stuffs. The seed, man, NFL, year-round, man. NFL is year-round. That being said, we're going to go on a little breaky break. And when we come back, we're going to get into Pels talk because it's been a minute since we talked about the Pels. Some stuff's happened. Some changes. Not a lot. We're going to get you out here early like we used to do in high school. Remember we used to try to beg the high school, your teacher, oh, come on, let's get out early. So you can go get lunch, go swap your books at the locker and go to lunch early. That's basically what we're going to try to do. We're going to try to get you out of here early. But first, we're going to have a little break. And when we return, we're going to talk about Mr. Zion Williamson and the Pels. When we return, here on the Crescent City Connection. Crescent City Connection. Here on IE Sports Radio. Your direct feed for all that is sports. Yes, sir.
How we doing, sports fans? This is Christian Harvey, your host of Gritsville, USA, your go-to show for all things Detroit and Michigan here on IE Sports Radio. Whether you're here for Gritty Lions talk, getting pumped up for the great Detroit sports renaissance, or hating on your neighbor depending on if they were green or blue, we got you covered. Whether you're in the East, West, or Central, we got you covered. Join me as we tackle through all that the great state of Michigan has to offer in the world of sports. Catch me, Christian Harvey, each week on Gritsville, USA, right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Davidson.
It's your boy, Notorious Lock.
And we are the hosts of Fast Break here on IE Sports Radio, where we discuss everything in the world of basketball from prep to the pros.
You guys should definitely check us out, man. Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We got all the basketball information you guys need. So we look forward to you guys listening in.
And please do, because we are the best basketball show on this side of the Mississippi. And please do check us out on Twitter at FastBreakISR. D-Lock, where's our time again?
8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. That gives you guys plenty of time on a Sunday.
Tune in.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Crescent City Connection on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Shout out to our many shows on IE Sports Radio. You can go to the website and check them out. Check out the schedules. Check out the bios. We're taking over, man. We're covering all the bases, all the major cities, sports cities. We're covering everything. We're taking over, man. Shout out to the chat. It's Terran Rodriguez, longtime supporter. Check him out. Check out his mini shows. He doesn't have one. He has like multiple shows. Definitely check him out. And of course, D&D, as I like to call them, D&D Basketball Factory. Fast break on Sundays. Talking hoops. Talking basketball and playing basketball. And that's a perfect segue to Pels Talk. It's been a minute, man. What do you want to talk about? Oh, yeah. A lot of stuffs. Brandon Ingram's not on the team anymore. That happened. He's a Raptor. Kind of weird not having him in the Pels uni no more. I know that's been like a lot of point of contention. A lot of people loved him and wanted to keep him. I liked him. It didn't seem like a fit. And plus he wanted to get paid an exorbitant amount of money. And he looked bad last year in the playoffs, bro. He got washed. Like Lou Dort did him dirty. Okay, that man made Lou Dort some money last year, bro, because he did him dirty. So, man, shout out to Brandon Ingram. Man, you was a real baller. You carried that team for a lot of times. Zion wasn't here. So, man, salute to you, bro. I hope you get he did get his bag. They immediately gave him his bag. Not the bag he was looking for, but a bag. So, shout out to Brandon Ingram. You will be missed in the Pels uni. Now we're basically on, Cooper Flag watch. We're not actively tanking or anything because me, if you've watched the show long enough, I don't believe in that tanking stuff. Folks be out here trying to hoop. So, we're not the worst team. We were the worst team at one point. We're the second worst team in the West behind the Utah Jazz, who are openly, actively trying to tank. And I think they're getting like, I think the commissioner's gonna give them those slap on the wrist because they were something about them benching Lauri Markkanen for like no dang reason. So I think they're gonna get in trouble for that. But we're like the second worst team in the West and like the fourth worst team overall, behind I think the Sixers, something like that. But yeah, so basically it's a wait and see right now. We're not getting in the play-in. We're not getting in the playoffs. We're dang near bottom of the barrel right now. So we're basically just waiting to see if we're going to be in the market for old Cooper Flag or Ace Bailey or Dylan Harper or one of those top four slots of the old lotto, which I really hate. I really hate the lottery because we've seen in the past, we've seen teams like Detroit get shanghaied. They swore up and down they were getting Wembanyama. And what happened to that? Whoo, San Antonio? Really? San Antonio wasn't even in the discussion. So, like, the last 3 years, man, Detroit has gotten shanghaied, man. So I don't trust that old lottery thing, man. If we get the spot, cool, it's whatever. But I don't know, man. But like we've had a few bright spots, no lie. Like ever since All-Star break, the Pels have been playing they've been playing a little better. Up and down, up and down. Trey Murphy has solidified himself as that number 2 guy to build around with Zion. Zion being healthy is a revelation. The dude's actually playing balls. He's out here running something like the point and everything, and he's actually playing pretty good to the point where folks are kind of, maybe we should trade for that Zion kid in the off season. Y'all chill out. Y'all didn't want to trade for him at the trade deadline, so don't go reneging and thinking about it now. Y'all go chill out with that stuff. I've seen like a lot of hypothetical trade packages by media peoples, Bleacher Report, and all kinds of other media folks making hypothetical trade packages for Zion. Nah, keep your dang trade packages. You ain't want to trade for him at the deadline. Go trade for him now that he out here balling and looking like MVP caliber player. Y'all chill out with that stuff. We're going to go it on. We're going to draft one of these top flight dudes in the draft. We're going to put him with Z, put him with Trey, and we're going to build from there. Yves Missi, man, we didn't think that dude, we thought he was going to be like a project, like, put him in the G League on Birmingham Squadron and G League and, let him get some run there. Nope. That dude's been balling, man. He could be like rookie of the year balling. So, man, shout out to Yves Missi, bro. That dude's been a revelation, too. And he's been like one of the bright spots of the season. Brandon Boston. I hope we re-sign that cat to a contract because he's another one that's been balling since all these injuries and everything. He's taking full advantage of all these injuries we've had. Herb Jones injured, out for the rest of the season with the shoulder. DeJounte Murray, lower leg injury, bam, out for the rest of the season. So dudes have been taking advantage of showing their worth, and I hope Hawk takes that next step. He has the trigger. We've seen the dude light it up. He needs to take that next step. And that takes me to Woodrow Willie Green. Say, bro, I've been one of the biggest proponents on save Willie. It's not Willie's fault. Give Willie a chance, blah, blah, blah. Bruh, even with all the injuries, the last couple of seasons, you have not developed anybody, bro. And some of your moves have been questionable. It's time, man, bro. You're a good dude, but coaching-wise, you gotta go, bro. You gotta go. And while you're at it, take David Griffin and them with you, bro. Because, man, that dude's like, he's been kind of low-key sketchy, man. Like some of his reasonings behind some of the Zion stuff, that dude's been kind of sketchy and not forthcoming. He's not keeping it 100, as the kids like to say. So I like to see some new blood back there, man. We get this number 1 pick. I don't want him using it. I don't want him behind it. And I don't want Willie Green coaching it either. So out of here, man. We need to, do it better. We got the pieces, man. We seen these dudes take teams to the limit. We took Boston to the limit. And that was before the deadline, before the trade deadline. We out here hooping. We got the hoopers, man. We just need to put it all together. And we need like a coach that's going to develop these dudes and they can pivot, man. Cause like Willie ain't pivoting, dude. He makes some sketchy calls and stuff too, man. Say he was supposed to be a defensive minded coach and junk. But man, that's basically where we're at with the Pelicans right now. It's just a wait and see, you know, waiting to see when they do this lotto thing where we fall at. It is what it is, man. But we'll be here with you, and you can hang here, and we'll keep you updated. Well, I'll keep you updated. We'll cry together. We'll keep each other company. We won't have to suffer in silence alone. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. You're a New Orleans fan. We all know about them bad days and stuff. Unless you're a brand new New Orleans fan and all you know is win, win, win no matter what. Back in the day, we used to lose. So we know about losing, bro. So it is what it is. We'll be here, and I'll keep you updated, and I'll make you smile about it too. I'll give you a little laugh skis about it. That being said, before we push out, I would like to give a shout out to the homie Martine, aka Crescent. The SoCal Saint, my tag team partner. Our show is presumably moving to Win Thursdays, the IE Wrestling Show. You catch us at high noon on Thursdays now. We're presumably moving. Where we talk the grapples, we talk the wrestlings, and we have the funds doing it. And, of course, we have our sponsors, Vital Apparel. Get yourself some Vital Apparel. Check them out. Support men's health. Seal the Deal Wax Seals from Miss Cecilia B. And, of course, Planet Jerky Premium Beef Jerky, which I need to get a sponsorship from. I'll be talking to y'all. I will inbox y'all. We'll do something. Do some work. And, of course, all the other shows on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Check out the website. Check out the shop. I'm pretty sure we should have some hats in, which I need to get some because I'm a hat guy. And the merch, the T-shirts and everything, I need that in my life. And I work here, so I need that. So also check us out on Spreaker, Amazon, iHeartRadio, YouTube, definitely YouTube. Like and share and subscribe, and all the other platforms that you find your lovely podcast. And of course, there's something I'm forgetting. I'm blanking. It's been a while since I've done this. Me. You can find me on the X, the Twitter X, or whatever they're calling it before Elon shuts it down or blows it up. And of course, at Who is T Fizzle, my personal page. Who is T Fizzle? But you can find me on the show page, Crescent City _IE. And of course, we have I'm on Blue Sky, UT5 at Blue Sky, blah, blah, blah. You can rap with me on Blue Sky, where it's a lot safer, a lot nicer, a lot cleaner. The air is crisp. It's all popping over there. It's all love. And I like to close the show out by giving a farewell, shout out to my Uncle Mark, who passed away recently. And he was a huge Louisiana sports fan, Saints, Pels. He was the coolest dude ever. He was the fun uncle. That's why I learned how to be a fun uncle. He was the coolest dude. We love you. Miss him. Just want to give a shout out to him. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on this abbreviated version. We're back, baby. We are back. Elon can't keep us down, by God. We're back. Crescent City Connection. Steve, bang. RT5, you're the connect. We're talking Louisiana sports. We're going to build this thing back up, baby. And it's on, as always, IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that sports. Play that music.